in the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha, in the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha, in the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer, the shocking clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer, the shaka clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer, the shaka clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who are wise, then I prostrate. With pure bodies formed supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds. Wonders of best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With a supreme science, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not. Incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the Founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean. To you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality. To the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts. To you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, vowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms, in all aspects. With supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly, this is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of God's protectors are, to tip of this fresh, pure white heap, curd like cloud, Olo Sandrasa, Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with supreme merit, feel for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mine sees full range of nobles. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, famed glory outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear, and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense like perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and in vision offered up to you, supreme field of merit, non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted three vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned eight mundane concerns, made life essence full. O protector from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a vast, profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make venerable Losandrapa's essential teaching specially shine forever. Migme se wer ter chen chen raising, dream kien pei wang po jam pe yang, du pung ma lu jom se sang wei da, gong chen ge pei su gian song kappa, lo sang dra pei sha bla so wadip. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious root guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remain steadfast. Homage to the exalted three jewels. Thus have I heard at one time the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha on Gautam Mountain, together with the great assembly of monks and the great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, when the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Vishara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of profound perfection of wisdom,
perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then through the power of the Buddha, the venerable Shariputra said to the superior Ajahn, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Ajahn, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wish to engage in the practice of profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this. Subsequently, looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form, form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors in consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics. That is, they are not produced in the They have no defilement, no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no consciousness, no factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no eye element, and so forth, up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance, and so forth, up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on abiding in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of the great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequal mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all sufferings since it is not false should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisoha. Shariputra, this is how Bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Ajahn, the Bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child of lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Ajahn, the Bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Bikinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the hosts of the three places, 16 kings. Tayata om gate gate paragate bodhisoha. Through the power of the true exalted three jewel speech, may all inside negativity such as the four Mars be stopped, and the demonic sins may they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, Shanti Kuriye Soha. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, free from adverse harmful may all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being here right now. Sashi Bhakti Yoshi Meto
Dami Tasuchi, Dadi Chungin Kibe Sonagi, Jola Penche Sange Drobasho, Jodan Soke Chonam La, Janchu Badu Dami Yasuchi, Dadi Chungin Kibe Sonagi, Jola Penche Sange Drobasho, Jodan Soke Chonam La, Janchu Badu Dami Yasuchi, Dadi Chungin Kibe Sonagi, Jola Penche Sange Drobasho.
Good evening, everyone. It's cold today, right? But here's internet all. How was your day? Everybody okay? It's okay. It's no bad. Anyway, I'm very happy to see you, all of you. I used to also say the Wednesday class, the students also best ones. More effort, more, study, more serious students. Because there are many reasons. You all day work very hard, then 4:30, about 5 o'clock, really dark, but we have to, after 1 or 2 hours later, we have to go class, like night time. Maybe you're young. It's not, you don't care. You're very young. Young is teenager, okay? No, you don't care in the night or day. But we are not all adults. Therefore, we choose to go to clean our bed, right? Or stay all night. But still, you guys very, hard work all day, and after come back, you have to take care of your family, kids, anywhere. Then you have to, again, 2 hours. Start 7 o'clock, they finish 9. Then you go back home, maybe some people far away, some people close. But anyway, there are many reasons. It's not very easy to get here, but all of you very effort. Therefore, I say best students, more effort, study, serious students. Therefore, I'm very happy to see you again. I think we did very great, for myself, from yourself, we all tried to best 2014. Now we start to 2015. Then we get 1 year old. We try to best anyway. It's a future, what's that? Past, right? Past, future, present. Is correct? Did I say correct? Past, present, future. I have to be a little careful otherwise. Just say it. Okay? Past is already past. If we have a good year, try to do good things, we enjoy. Try to, even I'm not better, but I'm not the worst 2014. Very bad commandment. Then you do a little bit, up and down. Okay, I'm starting new life, new year. Okay, new is always good, right? Everything new is good. Therefore, don't think, even something happened yesterday, don't think too much. Then sometimes they make it more worst. Therefore, pass. Good thing, bad thing, everything happens. It's already done. The more important future. Therefore, she got this paper. Did I say something wrong? Did I say something wrong? How you say? Pronunciation or something? Anyway, now future is more important. Especially Buddhism, we say, if you really born, if you really birth, this life, even the birds, the squirrels, and the insects, they live this life. They can get food, they can get babies, whatever they do, they're really done. But more important is after we die, we believe after we die, not finish, we go to some different area. Therefore, is good or bad, you get the rebirth, and it depends your this life. Why? You create the karma or cost. If it begins a cost, you create the cost, how good or bad next life. You create the cost here. If cost is good, you result become good. If your cost is not good, then result be not good. Therefore, future is more important. Therefore, 2014 is finished, just forgot whatever happened. Now 2015 was today is 21st. Even 21st, 21 days already gone. But we have still 200. Okay, how many days left? 1, 2, 3. Go fast. How many days? You guys too long. I thought you guys just did. It's good. Anyway, we have still 244 days to go. Now try to 42. Anyway, therefore try to best. It's not like to start too good. Okay? I already mentioned the Sunday. Everyone to look commitment. Commitment. Its motivation is very important. Say, okay, my 2014 is just a little bit so, but try to 2015 is better person, more strong person, more happy person. Happy no one make us. We have to make our own happy. If the happy come from outside, it's not stable. Therefore, our inside happy is more stable, more strong, more power. Therefore, I'm trying to better person, more happy person, not always stressed. Everyone try to commitment. Okay? Then it is I think I remember some students in the 2014 maybe never absent. Is it absent? Absent, right? Maybe never absent all the time. Like Tibetan call. Or that students take picture. You take picture, put the wall always there. Right?
That's funny.
Right? Therefore,
That's funny.
there were some students since class year, always there. This is very good, You heard, Lama Tsongkhapa say you have to hear again and again. Therefore, if you come here, it's not just easy, but you try to effort when you start your motivation to, okay, I'm going to teaching tomorrow or today, you start to merit, positive and negative is just motivation, then action. If you think you just tell and okay, tomorrow I want to say very bad words to someone doesn't like me. You doesn't do anything, you just lay it on. But you start to making non-virtuous, karma, cost. You just say that. Then you start to action, say, therefore, since you say, okay, I'm going to tomorrow class or today's tonight class, since you have that motivation, you really start to make the merit, create the merit. Okay, motivation is very important. Therefore, try to everyone also, 2015 also, everyone try to best. Okay, I've tried to be my best. You guys also try to my best. My job is what, not just stay here, just say some whatever I want to say, not like that. What is for to best for the students? How can I, for more karo explain. How can I explain to? We need to know what we need. We study. We need to do. Every daily life. We need to something keep our. Otherwise, we study here. We're doing some different way. Like big gap. Then the Dharma doesn't work. Even we study one verse, then what can we get something that benefit of that? Not Buddha said that, or Shadideva said that. Like, oh, Shadideva said that, oh, Buddha said that, like, leave that. We need to something find, okay, if we study this verse, how can I do, I don't know. How can I practice? We study one hand, practice after then too late. Just whatever we study, we find something practice that. Even if we study one verse, we something get some essence that, okay, practice like that. Therefore, my job also try to a little bit easy, also try to get some more examples to, for you guys to a little more understand. Usually you guys are very smart person, very education. But I think Dharma, maybe we think we are education, that maybe not also is sometimes a little easy to also misunderstand. Usually we study Dharmas, we need to combine for all texts. Combined all the texts, not just check the one single verse or say that, not like that. You need to check here, and all put together one mix. Therefore, I've tried to my best, then you guys also try to best. We, all work together. Then sometimes I just put, okay, what are that some emergency cautions? Without, how I say, you see, I didn't use my English show 1 month. Now I forgot many words. Without, it's okay. Anyway, try to begin discussion, question answer. I really told you guys, whatever your question, please bring here. I know the answers. I don't know the answers. It's no big deal. We try to best discussion. He's holding the Dalai Lama say. Someone says, I'm the teacher, just stay there. Some of them they just know, I have to listen to whatever he said. Not like that. Of course, we need to also respect each other, but the Dharma discussion, we need to more, discussion, then more understand. Okay? Then sometimes I do some emergency questions. Then you have to look the all the notes. Usually not also good, but try to a little bit. Keep your mind. It's very important. Okay? Then anyway, the main point is try to everyone a little bit, commitment. Okay, I'm try to better this life, this year. My 2014 is not so, but now I'm going to better person. Okay, this is very important. Then this is a very honest, very, very honest book. Then when we study this book, we need to think about this meaning. It's true or not? Not just say, Buddha say, don't believe and reason you have faith for me, not like that. You need to check it's true or not. It makes sense or not. If it makes sense, practice. And not, goodbye. Therefore, this is a very great book. Then whenever we talk about this text, then if you think, oh, maybe this is to talk about me, oh, maybe that Buddha already know my mind. Oh, if you think this shows you really understand something. Then you say, oh, maybe he talk about her, maybe him, oh, maybe that. Then realize we are the pure person. They shows, the Dharma doesn't come in. The Dharma just goes. We also, upside down ways. Correct? Remember, we have 3 different ways, right? Upside down, then broken, what is that?
Contaminated.
Okay. Dirty one. Therefore, we need to this on the travel course. I'm free from that 3. You think, oh, I'm the dirty. Maybe that's not a very nice word, right? Dirty ways. Did I upside down? Did I what we call it? Hole? Leaky ways? No, you have to think about You have to think about it. Did I this person? Then if yes, then try to fix. If something big hole, then just put something big, maybe very strong tape. Okay? Duct tape. Duct tape. This we need to check daily practice. Whatever we study, we can, deal with this. How walk with me. This is the most important, okay? Therefore, Kadamba Master said, Chung told Zuguna, that Chung on it in the years. Chung on it in the Twina. That's the Chung on it is. Tell Chung it again when it is.
So that point, really to the fault, is the real Dharma, and then someone who does that is the real teacher.
Okay. And the thing on the Kazanda, that looks so good about culture, and that Chan joined the Lamada, Mikanga, Semcha go on what was she Chan, you think about it?
Whereas here, because of a different culture, people don't like when they are pointed, when their faults are pointed out. Right? When somebody says, oh, you are bad, you have this fault or that fault, then you don't like that. So everybody has to be praised, even if they're not good.
Right? Because this is, we don't need to very details. You can see the person we know, he or she is maybe 40, 50 years old. Then they say, oh, you look very young, look like 20 years. right? The person that say also they know it's not 20 years. But person the lasa demo ko in the ngan rochi yes as son to go. She take your was can teaching government. Gendo they start to get all na some government was.
So people become happy when they're told that they look very young. And the person, maybe the person who's saying that, saying intentionally to make the other person happy, right? And so because he or she knows that if you tell them, oh, you look very old, then they will not be happy. So, like I said, that which points, your fault, is the teaching. It's the teaching. The teaching, points out that these are the fault, and do you have that? If you have that, then you're, at fault, and so forth.
That the for the personal level, the joint the social, yet the myth so document. And that's Sanji Moto, we get a comater.
And so whatever fault that is explained in the teaching, whether we have that or not is, noticed by oneself alone, unless somebody else is a Buddha. If they are Buddha, then they can see your faults. Otherwise, nobody else can see your faults. So you have to know yourself whether you have those faults or not.
That's so run go the batter, run that. Go the matter, yes, Giacomo was.
So like it says, oneself is not hidden to oneself. One is not hidden to oneself, right? Which means one knows about oneself, right? So therefore, whether you have fault or not, you know yourself.
What is that? So can't lose chase about the nearly tenancy. So the Yamne this are ours. Thank you so much.
And so whatever you study on a daily basis, you should try to find some form of practice from that.
Penanganzo ta Tasa Sola, Lonishu, some low Chicale, adapted the children. The good so carry touching Yamne Chetan, Shiva, Yamne Chetan.
So all the monks, who study very hard in the monastery for like 30, 40 years, the purpose of all the study is to put into practice.
The Anzo, the Lojo Chevi, Gubakari, the Yamne Cheva, Yamne Chiva Gubakari, so Alenekara Sangana, Sozo Metichibu. And
same here, when we study, the purpose of our study is so that we can put into practice. And the purpose of practice is, to bring happiness to ourselves. There isn't anybody who doesn't like happiness, right?
Right? Maybe more doesn't like happiness. You do? You sure? I thought you don't like. Therefore, this is if you say no, the kind of draw to the draw jago in a class hours. Kalamadana draw to the Kagajan, Kajamaro, draw Jagamaro.
So if you're hungry and want to fill your stomach, then you have to eat, right? Just by shouting, oh, I'm hungry, or I want food, your stomach will not get filled.
And there is a draw those and the draw Javati, River, take Jakarna, that Kansai Kaladang, that's how you shall do that. General was. Get the mail and never the woman door.
Tojati. So, the filling your stomach, filling the stomach is the result of eating, right? So whatever food you eat, and then you get filled, right? Your stomach get filled. So the stomach getting filled is the result of eating food.
Oh, tell you about that. They want to win that David Joe Dogoman, David Jumadata, Joe Yomata, you think junior estate could not get a cameras.
And so without eating food, your stomach will not get filled, right? So, you'll not be free from the hunger. In the same way, so if we want to have happiness, then we have to create the cause for happiness. Happiness can't come by itself. It has to have it has to come from its cause. So it is nothing just a religious. It's a real fact thing.
좋아. 배차잖아. 나도 강가를 다 소소 차서 냠냠이 왔대. 코너서 집으면 돼 왔어.
And on the example that I use all the time, it's like one that I say, when we become angry, we're not happy, right?
좋아. 대사월라 때니 나도 집으면 장하고 왔어. 저 동화용도. 집으면 동화용도.
So because of getting angry, we become upset or sad, and then unhappy, right? And so unhappy, that we experience is something that we don't like.
근데 이제 된리가 문제 동화대 코너서 되고 그래서.
And so that kind of unhappiness that came after getting angry is the result of anger.
근데 도저히 som다. 제단 되고 가니까 정도 가는데 제메발 제메만 레버체에서도 매와든 지등이 중요했어요. 그 나도 실로고 자신 나와서 강가를 봐지 빼는 좋은데 왔어.
So this is how you should think, how the results follow the causes and so forth. And so, so without a cause, there cannot be a result. That's natural, right? So everything we can understand that by looking at the example of all the things outside, like the trees, the plants, the crops, and so forth. So those are, even those things, they all need cause for them to grow.
어디다 다 나중에나 가리려고 그러나 아니 지금 소수고 섬설 야보다 가리임 봐. 소설의 대화 트랭이 그 섬도 가리임 봐. 소설 동화 트랭이 그 섬도 가리임 봐. 대당만 못 지게 왔어.
And so in the teaching, it explains what are the thoughts that brings us happiness, and what are the thoughts that brings us unhappiness or suffering.
근데 그 섬도 야보대 가서 야지까지 땅 거요 봐. 근데 동화 트랭이 그 섬도 매와 간지도 거. 두든 가서 라고 해요.
And so also it explains how we can increase those thoughts that bring happiness, and how to decrease or eliminate those thoughts which bring suffering.
오지. 근데 다대 수수 담불로 시사마다 다 시사 수수 때 제월 수수 때 빠지다 나로나 반주는 지금 제월로 왔어.
So that is what is taught in the teachings, right? Through the teachings, it is taught in the teachings, and by studying that, then we have to put into practice.
다 든리가 수수 맞지바 칭에 랑 맞지바 칭, 로 맞지바 칭, 소소들 나 섬든 좀 쉬죠. 나 그래서 섬 때려서.
So we have to put into practice, to develop those minds that bring happiness, and to eliminate those minds that bring suffering. So among all these thoughts or minds that brings suffering, the root one is the self-grasping ignorance.
근데 당어도데 배잔데 다 제가 라싱을 사라고 링컨 막가디나 저런들이 용데 왜 저런들인데 왜 저런들인데 왜 서모도 저 말레게 왔어. 딜라들라 오 대용 제도 내려다 생각도 누구만 수소만 가서만 나도 관계 너무 제로와.
So in this text, the wheel of sharp weapon mind training text explains about all the faults that there are, and whether we have those faults or not. So then it says, if you have this fault, that's because of your this kind of mind or that kind of mind.
그래요. 근데 배자도 썸네다 로마 못 천사리나 되게 배자도 썸이 qabla 단디창 한주 메가 썸서당 한주 메가 로탕도 참 따다지 내가 소상도 왔어.
So this text has been composed, many years ago, but it still, goes along, with the thoughts of the people of this present time.
Okay. 어디에다 단데 빠져도 로기 소소 샘라만 지가로. 그러다. 저기 잠깐만 손수들랑 따지 지금 로그로.
So as we study and read this text and the verses here, you should also apply those, to your mind.
Okay. 당연히 쇼로가 빠지 눈이 땡기는 바이스.
And I think we left on verse 79.
That's correct. Are you sure?
Yes.
Wow, you was great. 좋아. 다들 존나 매년 돈나 넣어봤자. 돈나 넣어봤자. 또는 뭐들 장에 써봤어. 보셔에 또 빈걸라. 심지어 다시미니만 말아야. 다 손도 왔어.
And it says here, when someone seeks my assistance, I ignore him and secretly cause him harm. When someone agrees with me, I won't conquer, but seek quarrels, even at a distance. Roar and thunder on the head of the destroyer, the fall to construction, mortality strike at the heart of the butcher, the enemy ego.
다들 간서 다 준수는 고건도 와서 배나 담면 가시는데도 요래서 바란가 파마당 조보당 아니 다 벤치라서 배 선바선부 거네 다 저랑 안 되는데 쉐고 나는데 쉐 말이 뱀배가 선바파 다 랍자 자와이나 아니냐가 말해서.
So what it is saying is that when your friends or family members or friends, people who are close to you, who care about you, come and says, so this is good, this is bad, you should not do this, you should do that, and so forth. When they give you advice, you don't listen to them.
다 믹스게 다 내가 돌려 만들 마음도 와서 오지한테 맞는데 아니 지금 나신거 장장하게 간지 안돼 가지고 올라자데 년도 문도 와서.
So especially in this country, people don't listen, don't heed, to other people's advice, and they always, seem to tend to say that, oh, I know it.
Right? What did the third thing on the radio to the young? I'm meeting this imbe. Ya meeting a channel, Chewa Chetan, and Italia, come to Pale, oh, man, nor medas. Pale, Jagan the Mundu. Cook the check Mundu. Some towns.
So here you have to think now whether you are that kind of person or not. When somebody says, "Oh, you are doing this wrong" or "You are doing that wrong," do you agree with them or do you answer them back right away, saying, "No, I'm not wrong, I'm right"? How do you respond when somebody points out at your faults?
내가 된 노건도 다도 말달람 나와가 놀면가 저랑 놀면가 놀면서 가도 말란 저기로 저기도 왔어 내가 내가도 왔어.
So of course you might not those of you here might not be like that, but many people tend to say it like that, right? When they say, oh, you have this fault, therefore say, no, I'm not mistaken, I'm not wrong, I'm always correct.
Right? Oh, then that's so then then you're the 말해. 배는데 라도 되니 요네 맨아 소소삼로다. 소소 되는 안 두도 못 따오래. 대이도나 따대 제요 말이지.
So this is what is explained in the teaching, and whether there is such kind of people or not, you can think about that, and also think whether you fall into that kind of person or not.
요 대지. 대마제 다 요네만 가시가 파 지금 라자로 잡아야나. 아니 대 녀바다 녀도 가다 녀 파샤네. 대래도 투야 노와지야. 아니 지금 두바셔야 되네 영원도 와서.
And so if there are some people who give you advice out of good intention, when they give you advices, then you should listen to their advice. But most of the people don't listen. Not only that, but then they even respond with the harm to them.
어떻게 다든데 용거 다대도 강도 예는 가시기나 강도 파주를 라자데 녀토로 문도 다데 산다레스 강도.
And so I don't know whether there are anybody here who will fall into that kind of person, but most of us, I can agree that will not take other people's advice easily.
Right. Therefore, okay, like that. What is the name? Any damn chick suzu. Young machine makes a tuna mundu, John the top of the river. Part of Tunich, that Jobo, Jomo, and a Carina Sutele, Suzuki, Suzuki, Caro, Shihata, Suzuki, Shadow, Tune, Yaboshavana, Suzepa, Tetungro, and do the part and the Atelachi, Tele, Doctor, Shawamba, Chia, and a Cataya, Trubaja, and Mobo was.
And then also some people, when they act or behave, physically or verbally, just like you, behave in accordance with your behavior, you don't agree with that, then you instead, you quarrel or fight with them.
대양 가도 다 미세게 단 로만티볼라 막가 가다 시가 이제 때는 뭔가 이건 도와서 다 가서 또나 둘둘 이거도 뭔가 이건 도와서.
So here, I mean, not only here, but many places like that. Some people, more other people try to get along with them, and more the worse they get.
Right. 근데 나도 무서야 돼. 직땡이 미나올 때가 무서야 돼. 파도 주절라 뜬시와. 되게 좀 무서야 되더라.
So because we are living in the society, where there are so many people, it is important, to get along with each other.
대단 쇼진은 다 너무 믿어도 지금 지금 장보로 안 와서 들어버려왔어. 지금 내가 맨날 가도 내가 메스 마가스 콜랍쇼가 나왔어. 오늘 또 봐이나 지금 가신 건데 내가 맨날 지금 다 봐줘와 또 미쳤. 대도야 두모 영화 왔지 양 지금 그거 가서 소소 때 만데나 지금 딴 데도 오서 그러면도 지금 내가 제일 여러 봤어.
So on one hand, it's very honest. People here are very honest, and because if they don't like it, then they say they don't like it. If they don't want to do it, they don't want to do it. But sometimes it is good, to in order to get along with other people, or to be harmonious with them, even if you don't like, just go ahead and then try to do the same thing as they will do.
Right. But here the people are very honest. They say if they don't like, I say I don't like. They don't want to. But most of the parts doing so get much less. So Pamela Casa to Banana, Pajo de Chico, Mujinza, Tamachi, ni some G, and it's to do what it was.
And so that's how people are, but it's very important, to get along with each other in the society. And more you try, then better it will be. So maybe you try one time, and then second time, and a third time to get along with other people, then they will.
He said, I don't like that, I don't like that, or don't bring that, or I don't like eat that, like this. This is a culture, maybe not problem for you guys. This is not a culture. You don't want to touch each other, you don't want to, if that kind of person to go to India, the teaching seasonal is very difficult to learn. You have to just stay like that. Today you put your cushion there, tomorrow they're gone. You don't want. There, I think this is culture, but usually we need to very important to
Get along.
Get along.
Get along.
Everyone. You high, poor, medium doesn't matter.
So you have to be harmonious with all kinds of people.
내가 좀 보시라래. 아니 소소 니마치 삼점 돈을 삼점 만원 삼점 양도 강 용어로 와서 된다 제 주라는 간에 받으지. 돼요. 또 뭐지와. 아니 지 개치 보시라래.
So you should be skillful in getting along with others, be harmonious with others, no matter who you are or how they what they are. You could be high in terms of the status, and the high status or low status, or sometimes happy, sometimes unhappy, and so forth. So, but it's important, to always try to get along with others.
파지 지지나 룸바딩 두서야 되나. 룸바딩 배나 뭐 갱고로 오지나. 파주 야 랑통는 거는 라파 있으나. 주만 가랑 랑토 요새네. 진데. 주주면 되었어.
So, like maybe this is the culture again, in this country, that people always tend to think that they are independent. They don't need other people to help them. So that's why sometimes, like old people, they are having difficulties, to stand up, and then if somebody comes to help them, they become angry, they become mad, and they say, no, I don't need your help, I can do it myself.
들이 장자로 들이 파주 올라서 냐고 메스 파주 올라가 trobo chego 메스 땡고 메스 가라가 대토 요스 단도 들이도 마체 레칸도 수요 나르지 레칸도 나 춘지 파스마도 침대도 좀 동반도 와.
So that's the kind of the attitude that people have here, saying that, oh, I can do it myself, I don't need their help. I can, I don't need to get along with other people. I don't have to, make friends with others and so forth. So that's why they're always like, stay alone at home. They're happy staying alone at home by themselves, and they go out, to do the work, and after they finish work, they come back home and they stay home alone by themselves. They don't, go out, and meet with the neighbors or talk to each other and so forth. So that's why you don't see people talking to each other in the street, or even neighbors knowing each other.
미가 도바사 아이 그게 같이 지는 같이 도바내죠 미가 지는 같이 내죠 도바자자 진짜네 다 나는 겁네 근데 동아자자 라 근데 그다 세번 맞지 와샤 근데 영도 와 근데 니가 그 근데 멤버들 근데 니가 매뇨 근데사 내가 뭐 볼래근도 와
So and that's why people then they start to develop all of these superstitions or conceptual thoughts, thinking that maybe this person will do something, maybe this person will do that something, and always carry that kind of superstitions, thoughts, doubts in their mind, and because of that, then they couldn't fall asleep in the night, and then they go to see doctor, and then get drugs from the doctor, and then eat the doctor and medicine to help them to get to sleep and so forth. Right?
셈바가 섬로 담으라 진짜 다들이 영어도 들이 전서 영도 영어도야.
Your mind is going around all the time thinking about all sorts of things, and that happens, right? You can't fall asleep.
어다 빼자디던 디불라 가르는다 아니 지금 미기티 삼바삼부 지나 랍자 장기시나 그냥 거래스 아니 미기 소설을 조보팅이나 팔로 조보치고 그래스 다 도도도 되네서.
So basically what this verse is saying is that if somebody out of good intention come to give you the advice, then you should take that advice, listen to their advice. And if somebody is trying to get along with you and become friend with you, then you should also get along with them and become friend with them.
그래봐. 근데 바연자 지금 야 봐줘 왜 랍자르가네 수수야 대 따다 레드문도 따지 제치고 들어와. 아니 많이 하는데 냥고라고 말다서.
And so, of course, you still have the right, to check about the advice. Even though they give you advice with a good intention, doesn't mean that good advice is good, and you don't have the right to check, and you just have to follow. It doesn't mean that. So you still have the right to check, and if the advice is not good, then you don't have to take it.
또 들리자 다 들리 안에 수수 출 밖에 또나 파지 될바 또 됐던 바 파잖네. 아니 누가 손 안에 발라 떼자와 두바자와 감추도야. 아니 들리면 뭐 용도 왔어.
And so we should, that other advice is that we should try to get along with other people, be harmonious, get along with other people. But instead of getting along with other people, we even go out, to fight with them, argue with them, and so forth.
다 근데 간지 미신배가 랍자 많이 받았지. 미신 받았지 냠도 되면도 어디 다 싸워 투자 가와도나 다 난다도 말이 받을 터래. 다 진짜.
So what is the root of all this problem? Not being able to listen to others' advice, not being able to get along with others, and so forth. What is the root of all this problem? It is a self-cherishing attitude or self-grasping ignorance.
들리다 가디나들 대간라 추트트트 니 말에 추트트 루고르스니 고마테 좋다.
And so every day you should try to pour a little bit of water on it and then try to make it smaller and smaller.
Okay? Means not real water. Means just thinking about it. I am very strong for self-cherishing. How you say? Self-cherishing?
Self-cherishing attitude.
Yeah, right? We always say, what I think is correct. What I say is correct. What I do is correct. If you're the correct person, you have no problem. But we have always a problem, right? If I'm not just talking about you guys, okay? Don't think about maybe. Like, think we are all bad person, okay? Not we all, include myself, right? We think we say, whatever I say, that's correct. They're always wrong. Whatever I do is correct. They always do wrong. We all think that, right? If it is true, if we are right person, then why we have all the problems coming? They show something wrong. We have unlimited problems. If one problem we fix, then another problem comes. If they fix, then another problem. Looks like all problems too. They come just like this, looking for us. It's not. The problem is not really there. Problem, we make the problems. We think, the problems like here, the line. Oh, this problem gone, then next me, not like that. Problem we just create. They call samsara, right? Just round. We just create the problem, then next another problem. Therefore, what I say? Men, very important things for try to less think about me, I. Then we say, oh yeah, I'm the very important person. Yes, right? We say, me. For me, most important is me. We think, right? Who are you? What is you? What's that?
Where are you?
Where are you? Can you find? Just think. Usually we don't think. We say, okay, John. Maybe we say, Harvard. Oh, he's Harvard. Bald guy, Harvard. it's not really bald. But we say Harvard, right? We just think, oh, he's Harvard. Then we go to a little bit detail. Is his body Harvard? It's not, right? It's a Harvard's body. Same as your car is not you. It's the same. It's my car, my body. It's exactly the same. If your car is not you, your body is not you. There's nothing different. But then we easy, right? Harvard's body is not here. Harvard. Then you say, oh, maybe Harvard's mind's Harvard. No, right? You say, my mind. We don't say, I say, I don't know how you say.
I mind.
I mind, right? You say, my mind. Then Harvard's mind's not Harvard. Then we think, oh, maybe Harvard's heart's Harvard. Where's Harvard's heart? Is it the solid one? No, it's a Harvard's heart. It's not Harvard. Then where's Harvard? Usually we don't think, oh, Harvard that, but usually we're thinking really detail. If you don't find, then we think I am me. This is exactly really they show that the mind thinking, very strong I is wrong. Something that not exists, that you just holding something, a wrong object. You call this I or mind. Then you do the actions. Because your object is a wrong object, then whatever you do activities become wrong. Because the root is the other also.
Because the root is mistaken, therefore everything that comes that is done on the basis of that root is also mistaken.
Okay, this is you really know. You guys already know. But just I'm talking more again and again. Try to make more. Don't think, oh, maybe he doesn't have another things to talk. Of course, I don't have another things to talk. Shantideva said, I don't have another things to talk. If Shantideva doesn't have, of course I don't have. If I have something different, then this is also not true. I just make. Okay? We need to think again and again. We research all the time Heart. There's a no ear, no nose. Okay, we have nose. We have both. We have ear. But Heart says no. Then what meaning that? That means, it's not exist. Whatever you see, whatever you think, it is exist and not exist whatever we see.
So things do exist, but they don't exist the way they appear to us.
Okay? But you guys know, right? This also you guys meditation or emptiness. Anyway, not the purpose we learn the 79 words. We need to something to get for our practice. Did I, the person, to not listen anyone's advice? If I am the person very difficult to learn with other people, it's correct? No.
Get along with
other people. Did I have this person?
Am I that person?
Am I that
kind of person?
Okay? This we have to think. If you this person, the text says, this is not good. If you're this kind of person, then you are all the time problem. Okay? And then now we have to check this is true or not. The person alone everyone. This person more comfortable. The person doesn't want anyone's connection or not touch. They're more worried. They're more stressed. They're more superstition. Right? Then also maybe someone come in that day, or maybe he want to come to steal something me. They want something come in, or maybe he looking for something from me. Just superstition they make the person. And the person doesn't care, who will come here, whatever they do there, just relax.
The person will be more relaxed.
Okay? This is now we have to check it's true or not. Then how much that the persons have strong superstition, those person is most uncomfortable person. You think, oh, maybe this is not good, that's not good, that's not good, that's not good. Then your superstition, they will make more, bigger. Then you really something happen. Something, you stay here, you think maybe the walls going, maybe the pictures moving, just you make. Pictures not move there, you think just move. Then you feel also move, Just we make our mind. Our mind is very strong. Therefore, the purpose or the poem we study is verse 79 is did either person like this kind of person? We have to think. If yes, then change. 2015, change. I'm the good person. I'm the alone with all the people. Everyone's friend. You go to here, friend. Friends are very good, Usually everything is perfect. We don't need friend. Said I'm good. Yeah, I can do myself. But when you have some difficult situation, you need someone to talk. You don't have a place to talk because you have no friend. Also, you don't trust anyone. You don't want to talk your problems to other people, right? Therefore, we need friends. And also, you have something you need to call. Otherwise, you go to somewhere, you just lock your door. You're not comfortable there. You have no choice. You have no friends to look at your house. Right? Therefore, we need to more friends, more flexible person. Therefore, we learn this verse. I'm this person very, narrow mind. Always, maybe that's not good. That's not good. Or maybe he doesn't like me. She doesn't like me. Did I that kind of person? Yes, then change. No? Oh, you're a good person. Oh, this is good. I'm opposite that. It's good. Okay? Understand? You have to guess what I'm talking about. Maybe you guys say, oh, we have good translator. He doesn't use translator. What he talking about? We don't know what he talking about. If you have that, you just protest, okay? Yes?
So, you said to be friends with everyone who approaches you. Now, what if somebody comes and approaches you and they are a very negative person that just has a lot of negative energy,
Yeah.
How is me not wanting to associate with that person a reflection of my ego grasping and my self-cherishing I?
답변은 미 랑싱 양반이 미지어라다. 근데 민님도 저랑 다 접어서 가고 싶더라. 근데 민님도 다 그런 지 용화다 그런 게 가서 잘라 여도 그냥 그런 직접 득자서라 되는 정도라. 근데 민님도 저랑 접어지니 맞더바디 만생이 되고 간다랬어. 나한테 되고 땅 가서 나다. 나한테
맞더바디.
제마다 저랑 제 도걸 쓰라. 저걸 접어적으로 사모님 접어적으로 쓰고라서. 근데 민님도 다 랑싱 양반이 민님도 접어지니 맞더바디 아니 일단 저랑 가서 랑진게 가서 되고 뭐 간다랬어. 랑진 로그 때문에 간다서 버렸어. 랑진 로그 때문에 버렸어.
대래 랑진 로그 때문에 버렸어. 나도 trobo chese가 돼야 미리서 그가 trobo che라고 말해서 간지로 대야 탑게 보치 그래서 나도 빼잖아 늙고 trobo 모두 끼지도 먼저 watch 지겠어 가지 소소텔 trobo che네 소소 그치 영하고 샤와 먹이고 쇼라 샤와 많이 받으면 대 trobo che요 말해서 내가 빼잖아 가셔야 들어 되게 trobo chese 돼 이야도 그가 trobo che라고 말해서 아니 니 지난 그 된리가 메두자들 trobo 맞춰와 된 간지 그 안되고 가지다 대 다단로 왔어 코미 드자레스 나 거든 trobo che게 매서 나한테 되게 내가 작은 왔어
Well, first of all, it doesn't mean that you have to be friend. You have to make friend with everybody. Whether it's helpful, when it's good to make friends, you should make friend. Even when it's good to make friend, but many people tend to not make friend because they have this, doubt or superstitions in their mind, thinking that maybe this will happen, this will happen, or that will happen, and so forth. Right? So because of that, you don't make friends. So that's what it's saying. You should not, do that. But of course, like you said, a person with a bad nature, somebody who is always engaging in negative karma, negative actions, doing something bad, to others, or harming others, and that kind of person, of course, you should not, be friend with that kind of person. If you are, and if you get along with that person, and you might end up doing just like that person. So, even there's a prayers, it says, may I not, be friend, with a non-virtuous, non-virtuous people like that, and so yeah, that's one thing, and then other thing is, of course, when you think that, I should not be friend with that person, we say it is the result of self-grasping ignorance. Why don't I know? I don't like it. I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to be like that. And so there is a grasping at the I. When it says, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be friend. I don't want to get into trouble. I don't want, so I don't want to go through difficulties. So there's I. See, there's I grasping at that I, and because of that, then it want to become friend with that person. So it is when you have that thought of not wanting to become friend with somebody, it is because of the self-cherishing or self-grasping ignorance.
Understand? Does that make sense? Okay? Therefore, today that 간송하고 조보 체험지다 대 내가 체험부터 때 내가 해서 봐. 간주 나베 주나라야 샘지잖아 루다야 말했어. 배는 또 이거 봐. 샘지 단주 루다야 말 샘지 강에 배는 독재하고 있어 라고 그랬어. 봐. 아니 들어와나 드나다 주디 자오서 갈 루다가 막 간지랬어. 저거나. 나도 샘기 되니 콘도 니제 루다야 말이야. 콘도 간지 미 말하지 않는다. 니제 콘도 미시베 온게 말했는데 제가 해서 니제 매웠어. 딱으로 루다야 말라고 그랬어. 소소한테 조보 책을 그렇게 잘 말했어.
So in the teaching, it says that you should not give up anybody. So you should cherish all beings. You should not give up anybody. But then, what about those non-virtuous friends? Right? So people who influence you to become a non-virtuous person. And so that kind of people, do you still try to associate with them and get along with them and try to be friends with them? That you don't have to, but you should not give up. You should always have, even if they are so bad, you should always have compassion towards them.
Okay? 배차잖아. 대상까지 미세다 방아도 딱이 되게 된다고 하면 미세되는 뭐 통도 거스. 또 그도 샤와도 두자래서 있나. 두자 영화도 콘서트이지. 코너스 마시비 온거 영화도 타고도 이제 삼 거래서 대전 가서 득바사가 말했어.
So nowadays you see the news, so many people, there are so many people who kill other people for no reason, and of course we feel bad, but we should always, feel compassion for them, because those people who are doing that is doing out of ignorance, because they don't know what they're doing is wrong, and because of that they're creating all these non-virtuous actions, and which will bring them lots of suffering in the future. So thinking about that, you should feel compassion towards them.
그래서 다 간지 다는 건 조보 체험이 있어야 돼. 간지 득비 조보 소소 될 조보는 말하고 싶어라 파트인도 있나 될 소소 조보 체험 말이야. 디 칸라가 년은 로야 말이야. 될 거야. mean, she chani, they make a lot of tumbo race.
So, about becoming a friend with somebody, if that person is going to influence you to, engage in non-virtuous actions, then of course you should not be a friend with that person. But in general, you should. What it means here is you should be harmonious with everybody in general.
But then you've just told me that the self-grasping and ego-grasping has led me to a positive outcome. The positive outcome is not associating with somebody who's non-virtuous, so I don't become non-virtuous. So I, avoid suffering. So then, ego-grasping has had a positive outcome in my life. And doesn't ego-grasping always lead somewhere negative?
nganzi 되게 거드나 지금 대부 독자마도 키우가 말아서 답변한 가서 다 저랑 나 도님도 더다 미교에 또 미교에 도보님도 가 도보 지주면 됐으라나 나서 nganzi 좀 거다 아 되게 단 저랑 다 미교 도보님 도보 맞아야 돼 까봐라 다들 까 맞아야 돼 저를 야고 쳐버다 다들 nganzi 되게 되네 대부 야고 쳐라 왔어
레오야고 요요 말이야. 간지 나들은 레오야고 요 말이야. 나한테 되게 좀 왔잖아. 해면서들이 이나 다다 되게 양 단다 저 코야 보면 나야 보여 섬도 되게 코야 봐서 루다 다셔서. 아니 루다 다셔다 같이 kinde봐라. 또 분이야 보여야 말이야.
So again, because of that, because of that self-grasping ignorance, you have given up that person. And so I should not associate. So you give up on that person, and then giving up on the other person, like it says, you should not give up. You should not give up compassion towards all other people, or everybody. So your self-grasping ignorance made you do that, give up compassion towards that person.
그래서 나 코 나야 보여 말았네. 나한테 되게 쉬우대. 겁담 넣어서 저러고서.
So because you think that he's going to make me become bad like him, and by that with that then you have avoided that person, you have given up that person.
그래서 식당 가서 출력게 좀 마셔 식당 직땡을 해나. 미 파줘 와라. 지 펜도 강아 답도 제대로 미리 야부터 열어봤어.
So in general, nothing to do with religion, believing in a religion or not, nothing to do with that. But just in general, when somebody helps other people, that is regarded as good by everybody, right?
소소 맞아. 라마도 예 섬지 마다가 미팅 가서 미도 어떻게 열어봤어.
And someone who always thinks about oneself and ignores other people, that person is considered as not a good person in general, right?
그래서 대 시리로도 나한테 되게 그랬어.
And so that is the result. That's the result of the self-grasping ignorance.
그래서 나한테 그 줄르는데 삼도들랑 나한테 따져 말만 놓고 줄르고 따나 예와 줄르고 맞다 그 매우 계시 말할 거디 예 알아봤어.
And so in the teaching, we level, or we call it self-grasping ignorance, self-grasping. But whether it is to do with the religion or not, it is always there.
Okay, like that. But this is not enough the answer. You can also study. I like the questions. It's very good. You think about it. Therefore, think more, study more, then more investigation. Not investigation others, investigation yourself. How the text, like this text is very, very what we call. Very direct, yeah, very direct. Also very not difficult. You can study this, then also think about a little bit more analytic meditation. Because analytic meditation means thinking them more, not just meditation. Sometimes Western say meditation means just you say they are not moving, just not like that, Then that many different kind of. Also, first we need to analytic meditation is very important. You have to think about this more. Investigation, it's true or not, how they walk. You can debate yourself. That's more understand, more make sense. Okay? Anyway, therefore, there the tang anzaga kanji, ngandala ko tan rewa ya poji ta yo mar wa ka dina. There the tan diga kante, tende ga me jamba labja ya menyemba. Me jamba da chi ta chi goro. Tu de me to bata, so te nganda da te ki re te da te me wa so ko re song was.
And so not being able to listen to other people's advice or not being able to get along with other people is a result of the self-grasping ignorance or self-cherishing attitude. So should try to destroy them.
Ta shoro ko jaji ton padin das.
So now the next verse 80.
Kalau ma den ropa ta de ka, photo ma wa ta den zan batam. Poje to be ngala chi da to chi ni me ngala ya. Ta de chi da ngon ne ngado la ta la ku was. Pe me de chi no more cha ro.
And here it says, I do not appreciate advice and I am always difficult to be with. Many things offend me and my clinging is always strong. Raw and thunder on the head of the destroy the false construction. Mortal strike at the heart of the butcher, the enemy ego. So this is really true about us, right?
Yeah. Therefore, I think very special for the Westerns. We are, we are brothers, sisters, We can say, it's okay usually. Some new person outside there is maybe he doesn't like Westerns. Not like that, Then the color of this, the color of the woman does. Western the country. Sayan, Toy, and Kanji, tap the woman was, color of the Robata the cars, Kadina, Chinyam to the Chandro, Kalika was.
Me color treasure. Me so love to jadi. Kalau tu dia ucing malas, mission dah. Kalau tu love to jadi cora. Tilang tu nyegi malas, tak kon tu gau ucing malas. Lo mi des cora. Kalau lo mi des.
Lo deng malas.
Mi mission dah kalau cora. Kalau nanti tilang tu lo tu ucing malas.
Kalau deng malas. Ani patin juga kagres.
Tak boleh.
Patin
dopa kas. No mission dah nyum tu tilang tu temu yang kalau khabar
kagres. Ani tada, ani photo malas lah.
Photo malah tahu tu jembat.
Tahu, Geshe Tenley, mikir tata, rota tu, photo losu tu, tu rocu cu dosa kan tu. Roa, tempat tam roa tu je, so cema si, sem photo mawa, si tu cuma. Oda tu ni tak tempat tam kan ni lah, karos. Photo malah tak tempat tam, tu kan ni lah ngan tu tak susu.
And so it's pretty, straightforward, right? So I do not appreciate advice, and I'm always difficult to be with. So again, getting along with other people, right? And many things offend me. So just, the way people speak to you, or way people look at you, makes you unhappy, or become angry and so forth. So many things offend me, and clinging is always strong. So there's grasping, especially at the self, it's always very strong in us.
Ta tene rendo me de jangan do. Karsana. Jendang. Nyamdo ta da kawi kalau madewas. Kalau madewas kita kanji. Kan meni cubo ya sama mare.
No, mission de kalau na jara. Tilang ada lo de ucing manas. Ada gau ucing manas.
Ini nasi na teno je. Nado mukala de wasa je yo. Tek ko sende. Ini na kan je.
Kalau de ucing manas. Mission de jekat je. Kana jara. Ta kana de la tene ngazo kalau lapje java de la ngazo pa. Ta pe te amu shara pe tingal pembo chon la jara de. Dene samtang manas ngazo. Ngazo dene ngone jeng manas.
어떻게 메트레스 사대가도 용만도 가지는 게 도만도 와 아니 라버다 다 포도 뭐 당가도 포도 빼 먹으면도 와 소소 남도 거 파조베 피케면다 계제 셋당 로당 독당 남지도 도지네 직 소소소라 직 제게 와도 아니 빼 포도 먹으러 와 근데 포도 들어 왔대야 아니 샘네 제덤 다디 공갈 가면도 그 야버지면 제덤 담도 세네 아니 너무 먹는도 와
So just like it says, I do not appreciate advice, So when people give you advice out of good intention, then you don't take it. You don't take it, and you don't become happy that they gave you that advice. And then especially where it says many things offend me. And so, like I said, just by the way people look at you, just by the way people speak at you, or the way they do the things, makes you become unhappy, make you become mad and sad and so forth, right? And then, so your mind thinks, oh, maybe she's looking at me in that way, or he's looking at me in that way, and maybe he has some bad thought in his mind towards me, and then maybe first you have this maybe thought. And then later, then you say, I think I'm sure he really has that, and then he definitely has that. So that clinging become very, very strong, like that.
대상 아주 때에서 포초준도 왔어. 포초준이 내가 소설 쉬운 내가 제야 말들어.
And so, being very, it's very easy to be offended. Being very easy to be offended is very, it's not good. You should not have that kind of thoughts. Thinking what they're thinking or what they're doing like that.
뭐 봐줘 왜 깨져 세다 때 소설 보는 거 같이. 남자들은 때 소설 보는 거 같이. 미다 나지 세 보는 거 같이. 대 정도. 대 소설 빼면서 내가 그래 소설까지 있나 그러고 답대고도 딱 그냥 보는 거 봤어.
So feeling offended, by those kind of things like the way people look at you, or way people speak at you, or the way people do things and around you, all this making you become offended easily. It's not good. It's not difficult. It's not easy to live like that.
근데 뭐 저도 가서 사와 대담지 내면도 보도 많아요 그래서. 저도 사와요.
And then also people with the jealousy, so how strong jealousy they have, that much, easily they become offended.
Right? What do you think? It's true? Are you sure? 간제 맞지? 다 들도 맞지라. 제가 가요스나. 대 맞죠. 제가 저는 내가 제가 끼워요 말했어. 또 대라도 그거.
And so then it says you should not do that, because if you do that, you yourself will is going to be unhappy.
그래서 저는 내가 너기나 저는 누가요 이제도 저런 마사 알아서도 달라 버렸어.
So it says if you want to be happy, then you should not create the cause, to be unhappy by yourself.
그래서 들리나 그래나 포초초 제마대 와서라 버렸어.
And so therefore you should not be always offended.
I think Westerners make pochocho ndo 어떻게 해서는데.
So especially the Westerners are very easy to be offended, right?
I'm sorry. I think maybe what is it? I think this is culture. Yes. Oh, your question. I think they, what you call it? I think this is maybe culture. The Western study. Also the Chinese people. 그러 포주 주시오에서 포도로 주시오.
Yeah, very easy to be offended.
Yeah. 가디는 게 라게 메시지. 쿠마로는 쿠마 첨보에서 로가 잘라 가릴로나 시대 가시. 드리고 그래서.
So I always say like you should be like a big bag, that can take anything inside it. Whatever people say, you just take it. Whatever the way people look at you, you just take it.
Also
don't be offended.
Take back. It's very thin bag. You put something, that
it might tear and come out of it. You have to carry it strong, thick bag.
Therefore, thick bag. You put many different things that you don't see. They don't also bother. Therefore, kadina just sembo coachimbo. 딱 가서 그 미치 먼저 열어봤어. 집보 두보 야가도 마모 야들어봤다. 근데 지금 로타리 아니 다 지 춘일에 삼나 코시라 내가 말았어. 그때 나라 많이 맞았어. 나라 먹어봤지는 수수세 맞지 오마 자로 그러와.
And so you should be, broad-minded. Take things easy. We're all grown-up people, who have gone through all the experiences and all sorts of things. So we should know, it says, oh, this is natural, that's okay, if he's looking in that way, it doesn't matter, and so forth, like that, Instead, you said, oh, he must be saying something, thinking something bad about me, and definitely thinking bad about me, and so then you make yourself get offended by those behavior of others, and that's not good.
But they Kambodia, Kalomode said that the little code of Bena. Kajan Rotek Mars. Mucho Kalachinam Sona. I'm not saying that the Tibet is very good, okay? First, I'm just making. Maybe 20 Tibetans have to make one meal. Just one meal. Everybody says, okay, I eat that. I think Western 20 people come together, we have to make just one meal. You know, Kalachusona. Nothing trouble me, nothing trouble me, especially because Tabdo Yumudu was.
So if there are 20 Tibetan people, it will be easy for them to get along, or come to agree, with one kind of food. But if there are 10 to 20 Westerners, it will be very difficult to come to agree with one kind of food, because then it's, oh, this is not good for me, I'm allergic to that and this. And so it's very difficult, for 20 Westerners to agree with one kind of food.
Right? Therefore, another 30 chairman, I just was going to come to the Pajo doing good.
And so again, I don't know, it's bad or not. If you are allergic to food, then what can you do, right? You are allergic, so you can't take it. Anyway, so you should try to get along with other people, right? And then you can all agree to have one food.
It's hard, right? Then also, the other kind of photo no chuchu chairman, Geshe Tenley, Tenda, Chilega Chetan Pachu, sort of photo chairman, taking none, so you know was.
And so you should not be always very offended, just by the way people speak at you or way people look at you. If you get offended very easily, then people will be afraid, to look at you even, or talk to you and so forth. And then you will have less and less friends.
Yairana Corpono George, Duana Corpono, and you'll tell was.
And so it says, even if I say this, he might be offended. Even if I say that, he might be offended. And so there's nothing I can say about it. Nothing I can say to him like that.
That's also so chibo de
And then people will, withdraw, will go away from you, then you'll be alone by yourself.
Okay? Anyway, you study this 80, right? They loso chevala teni, and the chimo Kalate one of those, Kangata Chima and the Chujon. And the Potu Rocho, my bitch, Sempa Chambo, Chasan something that the Deji Gores.
And so by studying, these first 80, you should, be easy, to get along with other people, someone who will be easy to be with, and someone who will not be offended by all these small things.
There's a 10-day young so answer down the ticket, down the ticket.
Again, what makes us not easy to be with other people, or be offended by others' behaviors and so forth, is because of the self-cherishing attitude again. And so being easily offended, is the result, or the fault, of the self-grasping ignorance. How does self-grasping ignorance make us to become offended very easily? And again, there is always this I, right? So this person is not, looking in a good way to me, or I, not being nice, to me, and so forth. So always this I or me, thinking of that is there.
Okay.
So whether that's true or not, you can all think about it and meditate on it.
Okay, analytical meditation. The meditation is nothing to think, just not like that. It's true. How they relate. But not to color not to go out. There's something about it. Can it jagadus? Color not to go to Canada jagadus. And hit down that so child. Can it child something down to us? Then I yeah, answer the overall attending and may poach you can it use something else?
So you have to analyze and contemplate on that fact, that from the grasping at the self, comes this attitude of being very easily offended. How does that happen? So you should think, just like how by eating, your stomach gets filled. You can see that easily, right? By turning on the heat, and the room or the house become warm and so forth. So how does that become? And so that you have the logic, to come to that conclusion. Just like that, you should think about how the self-grasping ignorance lead you to become offended easily by others' behaviors.
그거 그래서 소소 리페게 삼바탄에 지 셈나 야고 인터베나 아니 소소 셈 템보 되그레스 리페 소소 살마탄 마치 사지 송와레 지지와 라바르나 테 템보 샤 되게 말들어.
So when you have thought about it in that way, with the logics, through the reasonings and so forth, then it will become very stable in your mind. It will be firm in your mind. Otherwise, if you think, oh, it's like this because somebody said it like that, or because Buddha said that, then it will not be very firm and very stable in your mind.
간나 니마치 메셈바지 뎀 셈바지 데 라오로 데마는 와타 땡은 데서 데 팔롱로 들어가서 간나 소소 때 째도 뇨터 말어. 서주도 지금 왔다 되는 데 팔롱로 되는 소소 째도 뇨터 빼는 게 침벌에.
So if your understanding is based on what other people said, then it's not very stable, right? But if it is based on what you have found out through your own logical reasonings, then it's very stable in your mind. And it will not be stable if you just believe in that because somebody says something, or like a Buddha said that. Then again, maybe somebody else might say something different the next day, and then you might follow in that direction, or somebody else may say different things, and you follow on that direction, and you will be not very stable. But if you always analyze on those things and come to understand logically through using the reasons and science and so forth, then it will be very stable in your mind.
배나 자사가도 쉐다서 가는 떼자가도 떼자가도 떼자대대 아니 르바다 르베 파르바다 수르바다 찌는 가와다 니는 가와다 더 진지 도도나오시 생각하는 야치로 와서.
And so in the monastery, especially in the monastery where they study philosophies, they debate a lot. So the purpose of debating is to analyze, right? And using the reasons and science and definitions and so forth. So then they try to find out what it is, what really is. When they find out through that, then it becomes very stable in their mind.
그러와 배난데 데브데 바데 쇼거레스 지 쇼거 말에 지게레 임베젠지 마임제제지 딱 원에 삼로다는 지 쇼인 바소소 녀토는 됐나 그때 모시고 되는 거라.
And so some people might say this book is a paper. And the other might say, no, this is not paper. Right? So, but if you have to come to, you have to use the reasons. Why is it not paper? Or why is it a paper? Like that. And then, when you come to the conclusion and say, yes, it is paper, or yes, it's not paper, no, it's not a paper, then you will, that reason will be very stable in your mind. And the next time, you'll be able to say easily whether it's a paper or not.
Okay? Then the main purpose things we went to two verses. Try to think about is I'm the person or not. You have to little bit think about, okay? Then any other questions? Oh, yes.
When it says offended here, does it mean angry?
Because
포버스에 대해 코너사우스 그러겠어.
포도 코를 사와는 랑 말이다 돼. 근데 갈라 포도로서. 그래서 샘나 내와서 하는 거지. 샘 마가와 자서 못. 코로랑 색 맞다 돼.
코너 도도도.
너도 코로랑 색이면 돼.
Not really angry, but it looks like angry, right? Where you become unhappy. So becoming unhappy is angry, and not really, right? Like somebody, look at it in a different stage, then it becomes, oh, why is he looking at it? And also like you become unhappy like that. So that's offended.
Yeah.
Is not getting offended a practice of patience?
포도 만들어야지. 포도 만들어야지. and 소바고 말했어. 소배냠을
또
했어.
만들어 가면 다 소배냠내서 그러면 간지 다지 샘 고자체 뭐 나오시. 그러
I don't know. Can you say patience or just like I said, like maybe being broad-minded,
open mind.
open-minded?
Like that.
And one more thing is also in that situation we shouldn't get offended.
그래서
소소 라마라 미신다 지금 메라당 마이나 뒤에 되는 포도도 좀 말했어.
다 포도를 배 말아봤을 때 포도를 소설을 내면 소설 쓰면 맞지 엄지 가르나 바주고 말아봤 배 말아봤어. 뒤에도 소설을 내게 알아봤어.
디스탑라?
디스탑라 다 이제 그런 맛이 뭐 그래 삼에 걸 이제 거잖아.
Yes.
Yes,
you should not be offended. Because if you become offended, then it's just going to make you unhappy, right? And instead, you says, oh, it's okay that person doesn't know, he's ignorant, out of ignorance he's saying this and that and so forth. So, oh, poor guy, like that. You can just think like that. Then you'll not be unhappy, and you'll not be creating non-virtuous actions and anything like that. So, let it go. Yeah. So in that case, it is very difficult because you might not agree with him, he will not agree with you, and then there'll be more and more arguments. So if that person, if someone who can accept your explanation of how such and such guru or such and such teacher is not like that or like that, the bad like that, the way he says, if you can explain to that person and clarify, in a helpful way, then of course you can try to clarify that. If there's somebody who's not going to agree with you, then better not.
Okay. The Mahatma Gandhi said, "Zip your mouth, zip it." Then how you say? Close your eyes. Close your eyes. If you listen to everyone, you heard many different things. Then you get not happy. If you're looking everywhere, you can see many things. Then you are not comfortable. If you said many things, you said some wrong things. Then there's a problem. Yes, Andrew.
I talk too much.
Yes.
Two things, if I may. Two things. One is, in this country, I think you said Westerners, I've heard many times in my life when someone gets offended easily by the word, they call that person thin-skinned. Is that not true? So, you know what I'm talking about? The word's worse.
I'm not sure.
Explain to them, thin-skinned.
Papa?
Papa Tatos.
Papa Tata. Oh, really?
Thicker skin, number one.
Okay.
Number two, I want to say, Geshe, welcome back. We miss you.
Thank you. I miss you too. My buddy.
You're my neighbor.
He's my very neighbor. He's bringing all the news in here, right? Good. He's my news person,
Yes.
right?
Watergate, right.
Good. The weather's good. We have to also bicycle, okay?
He calls my bicycle, too.
Yeah. Okay, thank you, everybody. Have a good night. Safe driving. It's cold weather. Warm cloth. Okay? Okay, thank you. Chanting Master.
From my two collections, vast the space that I have amassed from working with effort in this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose minds wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach the state, compassion for all my lives, my new tree. May I find the best and complete graded paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhists by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings. With the thoughts of the path as I have discerned them, may I uphold Buddhist teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted boundless peace, and the Buddhist deeds be nourished by a long time. By even this great course to enlightenment completed, due to the wondrous virtuous conduct of the Buddhists and their children, may all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent path never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may the oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chen Raising remain in life till samsara's end. Page 49. You who uphold the subdurer's moral way, who serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjushna's victorious doctrine, who masterfully accomplishes magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels, Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please. And page 57. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru, the Buddha state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Big message racing, dreaming campaign, Wampo Jampayam, Gong Chekepe, Sunyan Song Kapa, Lord Sandra Chabla Zoadin. Thank you, Yeshua.
Thank you very much, Geshe. It's wonderful to have you back. And thank you. Great to have you here, Annie Yoshi. Just a few announcements tonight. Next Tuesday, we will have Tara Puja coming up. Week after, Medicine Buddha Puja, Tara, and then that same week on the Thursday, we will have Guru Puja practice. Very important next week, this coming Sunday, Geshe will start a wonderful new series on the Bodhisattva Guide to Life, Bodhisattva's Guide to Life by Shantideva. We have ordered the books. They'll be here shortly. I sent in the newsletter, I sent the link out, and that's the translation we'll be using. I don't think there's a big issue if you have a different translation, but that's just the one we'll be using as a basis. Then big one, Venerable Tenzin Choki. She is going to be here. She's arriving on the night of the 29th. She's here the 30th, but not teaching. And then she's teaching on the 31st that night from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock the Friday on anger. And then we have a weekend retreat. Every day it's from 10 o'clock to 5 o'clock. She will be teaching on karma and the 12 links of dependent origination. For that, because it builds on each other. If you cannot make 2 days, you're welcome to join on Saturday. However, if you can't make Saturday, she really strongly advises that she does not want people to join just in the middle, simply because of the complexity of the subject. And I think that's it. I don't remember. I don't think. Oh, and welcome back to Kimber as well. We appreciate that you're here. Thank you.